What are the 10 best abstract board games in recent history? We've got our picks on Legendary Tactics. First, we'd like to say thank you to Noble Knight Games for supporting our channel by sponsoring this video. And if you have any games that you'd like to trade in, then you can get store credit or cash. So, 10 best games. Nate, you're the abstract guy. What does that mean to be an abstract board game?
Abstract games typically are absolutely devoid of theme. It's a
That's a really good way to say it.
Of themes.
Yes, so a classic example being checkers. I don't know, is it a war? Is it a con?
That's right.
What is that?
That's right.
Is it
not.
Frogs?
It could be frogs.
Could be
It
frogs.
be. We have no idea because there is no theme, no chrome, nothing.
Around
It is just basic components. About as stripped down as you could possibly get for a board game.
Okay, and we're not having ancient games on here like Go or
no, we're not. No,
Checkers or Chess.
No, we've decided just to pick the best titles in the last 30, 40, 50 years, something like that.
I know I've got one slightly older one, you've got an older one, but the
Yes.
rest are in the last 25 years
Yes,
or so.
yeah,
Right.
so
Okay.
it's going to be more modern lists that you can actually dig into.
So, Cax, why don't you
And
start us off?
speaking of that, I think I'll start off with number 10, which is Quarkle in my books. And good little, great, it's a tile laying game. You draw a number of tiles, and you're looking to either match by color or by shape. And you're basically trying to create lines, and you're adding to the different patterns that are already out there, always keeping a certain characteristic in common with what is currently on the board. So you have to keep matching tiles appropriately. So, neat little, fun little game. Yeah.
All right, my first pick is one that I have very fond memories of, Bridget. And you can tell by the love that this game has had with this board, this box that's falling apart. I'm guessing neither of you have seen it or played it.
No.
No.
No, really cool game, really simple, where you're just, red is actually trying to go this way across the board, and yellow's trying to go this way, and if you make a complete connection, you win. It's really quick, it's simple, and it's fun.
Nice.
Very
Awesome.
definition of an
Yeah.
abstract
And this
game.
is from the 50s,
Yeah,
probably?
this is quite old,
Okay.
but some of the best memories I have board gaming
Very well loved
are
box.
with my grandfather with this game. So.
Excellent.
Okay. My pick is actually similar in a way to Bridget.
Ooh.
And similar time frame. I guess that was a common thing back in that era to do games like this. This is Twix, which was originally a 3M game that Avalon Hill bought.
It's a bookshelf game.
It's a bookshelf,
like a bookshelf game, yeah.
And kind of a crazy board. You'd never see this kind of board today. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Actually,
and the
3D
rules are in the-
printed. you could 3D print that
could.
easily.
And the rules are on the little fold-in thing.
Wow.
But what you're doing is you're same idea. You're trying to bridge across the board. Red is going red to red, black to black, and you're cutting each other off. And very similar, actually. I didn't know how. I saw the box, but I didn't know how it played. But
Yeah,
it's very, very similar.
This
to
looks
that.
like it's the slightly easier version with the smaller board.
Yes, yeah. This one has a lot of.
Heavier duty board, though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's
It's not
meaty.
bad.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
really cool.
All right, so that's my pick. Twixt.
Great minds think alike.
Yes.
Okay, so going a little more on the tic-tac-toe theme, we have the game called Goblet. And Goblet is a 4x4 square board.
nice.
You've got your different sized tubes that fit in each other, 4 different tubes. And basically you can start with small, and then if you want to go bigger, you can increase the size. But then once all your boards or your pieces are on the board, you can actually move them around. And you can actually take them, and you can actually take and cover up opponents as well, a piece, and you can keep you keep playing until eventually you get a 4 in a row.
Oh, so it is like tic-tac-toe.
Yep,
basically.
and you can also protect your own in order to then make a power play to reveal one, but
That
you have
is
to
correct.
remember where it is. You can't be going
And
around.
you
it,
can't
right?
look. If you touch it, you have
Yeah,
to move it no
that's
matter
right.
what.
Wow.
And so if you have lost track of the
Memory in
order,
there.
there's a bit of memory in this one. Yeah. So
Interesting.
it's,
Yeah, I love this game. It's a lot of fun.
is
And
a lot
I
of
actually
fun.
have Goblet Gobblers Jr. that I played with my kids
And it's a
as
2x2,
an
I
early
believe,
introduction.
right?
It is a little bit
Yeah.
smaller,
So it's,
but just as fun.
That's
Wonderful
a
game.
classy set. I
it
like
is a
that.
very nice set. Yeah.
that's good.
Very classy.
Next up.
Nice. So we are going on to my next pick, which is Laboka.
Ooh.
So Laboka is based on the famed city Laboka. But that's it. As you say, abstract games are.
Yes.
And so this one is a 2-player game where Cax will be on one side, I'm on the other. It gives us this card and it shows us a pattern that we have to create.
Okay.
And so on my side, I need the pattern to look one way, and then on his side, he needs it to look another way. So we communicate with each other to say, wait, no, the yellow can't go there because it has to be over here. Or
yes.
so some pieces are covering his side, but not my side. And so it's just a fun little game where you're challenged to do this there's a timer, so you're trying to do it as quickly as possible. And when you work together, you score points together, and then you trade partnerships around to see who's working best together.
Yeah.
Interesting to see that it's a 3 to 6 player too.
Yeah,
kind of a cool,
for
Yeah.
a little bit of a bigger player count. That's neat.
Yeah, really enjoy this little
Yeah,
game.
I remember playing this with you at the cottage, actually. Yeah, some good games of that.
Laboka. Perfect.
Okay, my next pick is Abalone, or Abalone. I don't know exactly how you say it. But the board in this game is a hexagonal plastic board with marbles, black and white. And your move is basically to push marbles one space, which sometimes chain the pushing of the
Causes like a
other
chain
marble,
reaction.
causing a chain reaction. And your
Okay.
goal is to push the other guy's marbles off the board and to eventually dominate the space. It's a really simple game. You can literally learn in 5 seconds. It's super simple, but the strategy and the back and forth is actually really, really clever. It's a really fun little game.
Awesome. Okay.
Nice.
So my next one is Cordo. And actually, when I spoke about Goblet earlier, Cordo I actually discovered it around the same time. It's a really neat, again, it's a 4 in a row game. However, with Cordo, you're looking at 4 attributes, a similar attribute. So when you get 4 in a row, you'll have tall pieces, short pieces, you'll have circular pieces, you'll have square pieces. And you're basically trying to line up, you have different colors. And the neat thing about Cordo is that you pick the piece and you give it to your opponent to play on the board.
Okay,
so your opponent actually places the winning piece for the game on the board, whether it's or you place it for either them or yourself, right? So that's kind of a neat twist in Cordo, that you're always giving your opponent the piece to play. So you give them the piece, they lay it.
Yeah.
So I love that twist in the game too, where it's a bit more of an interactive between the two, right?
Yeah.
And,
That's cool.
Yes.
No downtime in that.
No, you're constantly thinking, right? Okay, because you're looking at the board and can they win, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's neat.
Well, that one sounds really cool, Cax, but I think I've got one that's even better.
Oh.
And that game is Splendor Duel.
Nice.
So this is my choice over Splendor. I love Splendor, where you're buying gems in order to earn better income to buy better gems and also get extra bonus cards. This one has a slightly different mechanism. It's for 2 players, and you're placing the gems around the board in a circular way. You also get these extra little powers of the scrolls. And so overall, I love how compact it is. I love how quick it plays, and there's still enough strategy in this game to make it interesting for me. And we've played this together a couple of times.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love this game.
Okay, so that's Splendor Duel. Now we've still got 2 more picks left, though.
Okay, so my next pick is Azul. And I don't
game.
actually have a copy of it here. I've played a ton of it on Board Game Arena, though. Abstract, you're just getting these tiles and placing them in a way just to score the maximum amount of points, whether it's in rows, columns, and all that sort of thing. It's just a very simple game, but there's actually a fair amount of depth to the strategy. That said, it's great for beginners. If you want to introduce people to gaming in general, it's a great place to start. And I'm sure there's lots of people who've overplayed it and it's they're sick of it and moved on because it's one of those games where you can sit down, play it really quick, and let's do another one. So that would be my pick for.
It's interesting because some of our other picks are kind of ugly abstracts, and a lot of abstracts are ugly, but that's a really beautiful one.
Yes, that's really
awesome. Well, my number one, and I think our number one game is Blockas Duo. And Nato, you and I have a storied history with Blockas Duo. This is in our long career here of board gaming. This is one of the earliest ones I remember playing with you. Yeah. And we'd sit down, and it was a great way to end the night. You just fire up a game or two, like a wind down or a warm up game. 2-player heads up, and you're basically just playing the tiles on the board. Each team has the same numbers that name shapes, and you're basically trying to get as many shapes as you can on the board. You must connect your pieces by corners.
Yes.
And you're basically playing as far as you can until you can't play anymore.
Yeah. And it's classic abstract. The board is literally empty. The pieces are just shapes.
Yep.
And
Oh, yeah.
you know,
But it really is a neat little puzzly,
Yeah.
brain burnery, fun little game. Light.
yeah, and I just like the dual part of it. The
Goes
duo.
quick.
Well, Blockas with 4 players is fun too, but I don't know. I just think of the head-to-head aspect makes it really fun and challenging.
One neat aspect about it too is the way you wrap up the scoring is you literally just count what tiles you have left.
Yeah.
And you count the squares remaining in your hand that you couldn't place on the board, and that's your score, and you want the lowest score. So it's even a really neat scoring mechanic. You don't have to count up all these ones.
Yeah,
So
exactly, yeah.
very cool way to score it. So
Very
anyway,
elegant.
that's Blockas Duo. Great game.
And that's our list of the 10 best abstract games. So join us again on Legendary Tactics, but in the meantime, get out there.
Get gaming.
And be legendary.